Hey, what's up, guys? DrFeelGood here, back again with another video prescription. Let's talk about power and why these developers and publishers keep pushing for it. Now, if you are like me, which means that you are a gamer that has and normally exercises common sense, you will know that power has not solved any issues in gaming. Having more power has actually made a lot of games worse. Now, let me elaborate on that. Excuse me. Now, back in the day, it wasn't about power. They didn't even brag about power. People just simply made games and they worked. Today, these dumbass gamers think that power is a solution to everything. That if you have more power, if you're powerful, that should equate to better gaming experiences. But this shit has been proven time and time again, last gen and this gen, to be incredibly far from the truth. And let me give a shout out to Terminator Juice, because he actually posed this question on his recent Juices Loose podcast. And I've been thinking about this from time to time. I really have. But why do these developers keep pushing for more power? Their excuse is we always need more power, or this quote unquote system has the power necessary to make our desires and dreams in gaming a reality. The power in this system allows us to achieve what we could not before. Okay. Now, I'm not stupid. I do know that having more capability means you could probably do more in gaming. For example, I remember when I was in elementary school, people would tell you shouldn't get a computer with no more than, 8 megs of RAM. Now, of course, today this shit would not hold up. But yeah, I do get that there are some things in this world, some typical things that do require more than what we had 10 years ago. I definitely get that. But let's just stick to gaming here. In fact, let's take a few examples. So, you say more power is the answer? Tell me what the hell happened with Batman Return to Arkham. Yeah, did not work out too well, did it? And what about The Last of Us Remastered? Yeah, you gave it a better frame rate, but it doesn't really look a whole lot better. It just seems to me that this is a lame ass excuse for you guys to put forth little to no effort in developing a game. And frankly, even though I'm not falling for it, I'm completely sick of it. I'm sick of it to the extent of I'm tired of hearing about it. I'm tired of hearing excuses. The reason you couldn't put something on the system is because of its power. The reason you decide not to port something is because of the lack of power. That's bullshit. And this is not me being a hardcore Nintendo fan. This is not a Nintendo rant. But let me just provide a few examples. So you say you can't put Call of Duty, Advanced Warfare, or Black Ops 3 on the Wii U, or even Infinite Warfare. Now keep in mind, I don't care for those games, but so you can't do it. But somehow, some way, you were able to put Modern Warfare 3 on the Wii. Of course, the visuals weren't as good, but it played exactly the same. Same lock, 60 frames per second frame rate and everything. World at War was on the Wii. So when you tell me you need more power, I just think you're full of shit. And let's move on to a more recent example. We've all seen the multitude of comments and videos discussing the PS4 Pro and how it provides little to no difference in current PS4 games. The reason why I think developers keep pushing this is because, one, it's an easy sell. We live in a gaming community that if you simply tell someone something is more powerful, they immediately think that it's better and that it will be superior in every way. Sad but true. Most gamers in this community today, they don't even do proper research before they purchase a game. They just run out, pre-order, and buy it, and then bitch later on. People keep bitching about, well, PS4 games run better. Well, yeah, I'm sorry, games run better on the PS4 when compared to the Xbox One. Why? Because it can achieve a higher resolution. You do realize it's up to developers to make these things happen. A lot of things are done under the table and behind the scenes. But just because a PS4's GDDR5 allows it to achieve slightly better performance does not mean it's a better console. In fact, there are some games out there that run worse on a PS4. And most recently, there are games out there that run worse on the PS4 Pro when compared to the PS4 or the Xbox One. And it has all the added horsepower. But, as I was saying, it's an easy sell. When you can simply say something and most of the gaming public does not even bother to do research or think objectively, why not capitalize on it? Hell, to be honest, I would. Hey, our system's more powerful. Buy it. And people buy it. The biggest and most apparent evidence I can bring up is the fact that the PS4 has sold in excess of 40 million units with virtually no games to play, at least not many exclusive games. What sense does that make? How the hell did that happen? This system has sold over 40 million units based on the power argument alone. So basically, people are buying PS4s to play indies third-party games that run virtually the same, and watch Netflix. Excuse me. It makes no sense to me. It doesn't. But it's an easy sell. Telling people something's more powerful has the same effect as telling the general public that something costs more money. If you tell a person this product costs more, they immediately assume it costs more because it's better. They don't do research. That's the main reason people in this society run out and buy Gucci clothes and Jordans, because they cost more than K-Swiss. So that must mean they're better. That must mean they're worth the money. Far from the damn truth. The next reason why I think they keep pushing this power thing, although it costs more money to do so in the end, is because it allows them to do quick and dirty ports. Now, even I know that video games are developed on PCs from the very beginning. And then it's from PCs that they optimize them, or at least they should optimize them for consoles. This is how it was done back in the day, and it's still done this way today, with the exception of the optimization. What these developers wanted, and ironically what's also killing them, is that they wanted an easy way to take a PC version of a game and quickly and easily port it over to a console with little to no effort. That's some lazy shit. This is why you have games on the PS4 and Xbox One requiring mandatory installs in excess of 40 and 50 gigabytes. In fact, the recently released Infinite Warfare bundled with Modern Warfare Remastered was over 130 gigabytes. I want you to think about that. A dual layer Blu-ray holds up to 50 gigabytes. Meanwhile, Super Mario 3D World, I believe, was less than 3 gigabytes. Mario Kart 8 was around 8 gigabytes. Xenoblade Chronicles X, which is the largest game probably of all time in terms of the size of the map and the area that you can explore, much larger than The Witcher 3, much larger than San Andreas and Grand Theft Auto 5. I think it totals 26 gigabytes if you include the performance downloads, which are about 10 gigs. But the game can actually be run directly off the disk without download any of the data packs. It can be run directly off the disk. So 16 gigabytes, essentially. As large as that game is, it is less than half the size, install size, of The Witcher 3. Now, I'm definitely not shitting on The Witcher 3, but I'm just putting things into perspective. But yeah, it's a way for them to easily port shit over without effort. And it's sad, man. It really is sad that we're just simply not looking at things objectively. Just because the PS4 has GDDR5 compared to the Xbox One's GDDR3 does not mean it's a better console. It doesn't even mean it's more powerful, really, in the grand scheme of things. And let me tell you why. Now, unrelated, I love cars. And anyone that loves cars, and I mean loves cars and has a passion for them, may be familiar with Godzilla, known as the Nissan GTR. Now, everyone, or at least most people, even people that don't or are not familiar with cars, know of and talk about the Bugatti Veyron, how it's the world's fastest car, blah blah blah, although it's been toppled a few times. But you hear rappers talking about it, celebrities, things like that. It's a $1 to $2.5 million car. Now, although it is powerful, boasting a 16-cylinder quad turbocharged engine, producing over 1,000 horsepower, 1,200 horses if we're talking about the super sport version. Tell me why a $100,000 vehicle completely demolishes it on a track. Now, I don't mean the drag strip. I will admit the Bugatti Veyron does beat the GTR in a quarter mile, but it's by a hair. However, going around the track with corners, circuit tracks, professional tracks, the GTR completely demolishes the Veyron. A $100,000 car outperforms a car over 20 times its price. Most people don't believe that or would not believe it. On paper, it doesn't make sense. The GTR has under 600 horses. Both of them are all-wheel drive. How in the hell does a car with twice the power in every category lose to one that on paper is only half of what it is? Optimization. The GTR is built in such a sophisticated manner that no power, not a single ounce, is ever wasted. And this is how Nintendo builds their consoles. Nothing is wasted. This is how developers used to build their games. Nothing is wasted. They wouldn't simply try to take a PC version and push it over to a home console. That's not the way it should work. They should take the time to optimize these damn games, to take advantage of the benefits a console offers. And believe it or not, you PC elitists, consoles do have a few benefits over PCs. They do. They may not be major ones, but there are a few benefits to them. And I won't even get into that right now, but there are a few benefits. All right? But developers have gotten extremely lazy. They don't want to optimize at all. I mean, I have an Xbox One S, and I like the console. I don't love it, but I like it. And yes, I bought it for exclusives, not third-party games. But let me tell you something. Why the hell is an OS over 100 gigabytes. Come on, man. Does that make any sense? Does that make any sense? Why does a controller need a patch? A controller, people. When I booted up my Xbox One S, the controller had a damn patch. That is a result of not optimizing something specifically for a console, specifically for gaming. When you don't optimize one thing, everything else falls apart. That's why we have so many broken and buggy games. Almost every game that comes from major third-party developers and or publishers is broken to some extent. Assassin's Creed Unity, the recently released Dishonored 2, it just does not make sense. But you bastards keep falling for this shit, and I don't get it. Please, get over the power argument. And for all the people out there making statements and videos talking about the Switch needs to be at least on par with the Xbox One and PS4, shut the hell up. You don't even know what this thing is capable of or what it's capable of pushing. You saw a reveal trailer and that is it. But you're already making requests for power without even knowing what it can do at this time. You know nothing. And ask yourself this: what has power done for you lately? If you own a PS4 or Xbox One, what has power done for you? I want you to tell me that shit. Broken games, buggy games, if not both, crashing. Game install sizes are so big you can hold about 8 to 10 on your hard drive max if you're pushing a 500 gigabyte. Even 1 terabyte hard drives are at the mercy of these games. I remember Shadow Fox Infinite telling me that one of the recent 2Ks, either the one from this year or last year, after all the patches and updates, is about 90 gigabytes. What the hell? And this is what you guys wanted? I mean, seriously. You want more power? Y'all can keep that shit. I don't want more power. I want optimization. I want to pop in the game and play. No patches, no mandatory installs, no broken or buggy games. I want this shit to work. Games should not operate in this manner. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. And as I always say, keep it gaming. Or hell, at least try to.